Basically, Umeed is a social support group which talks about mental health during this pandemic situation. Also, we are focusing on both mental and physical damage, but we want to keep mental health at our utmost priority. Okay, we believe that we can come together and solve this issue of mental illness, which has been caused due to this. So, I hope I made it clear, right? So, right now, I'm gonna brief you all about today's topic and then I'll put my input and then I expect you all to build up on it, right? So, today we all aim to discuss about secondary viruses and their impact in the present pandemic scenario. Viruses, as we all are aware of, they tend to sort of, start by giving a positive feedback mechanism, right? Which means, I'll explain it, I'll elaborate. They make us more prone and expose our already weak immune system to be attacked by other viruses or other pathogens. Pathogens can include, be it bacteria or fungi. Cool. This is the main reason why patients who are affected with COVID are also given antibiotics. And if I talk about the stats, in the past as well, all the pandemic situations that we have encountered in the world, in the decades as well, 20 to 30% of the viral diseases have bacterial diseases attached to them, right? These days, we all are also hearing a lot about a black fungus, right? So I would like to know more about it through you guys, and I expect you all to build up on each other and ask questions simultaneously, right? Now we're gonna begin with the individual sessions, and I'll start with Alpana Goyal. Am I audible to you all?
Yes, just a minute, ma'am.
Yeah, take your time.
So, may I start with my individual session?
Yes, please.
So, hello everyone, this is Alpana Goyal, and today the topic is the secondary viruses and their impact on the COVID patients. So, the disease I am going to pick up is the black fungus, which is affecting the most in present times. Can I use bilingual? I have a lot of data.
Sure. Whatever you feel comfortable in, whatever language you guys prefer, I'm okay with it.
तो दिल्ली एम्स की जो सीनियर डॉक्टर हैं उन्होंने कुछ दिन पहले ही ये फ्रीक्वेंसी बताई थी कि डेली ब्लैक फंगस के 20 पेशेंट्स आ रहे हैं उनके पास, which can be a situation to worry about. So I'm going to cover what is black fungus, its causative organisms, what are its cause, and why does it affecting COVID patients primarily. So I'm going to cover all these topic in my today's individual session. So let's start with my topic. The scientific name of black fungus is mucormycosis. Black fungus is a very rare infection. It is caused by exposure to mucororganism, mucus fungus. It is the name of the fungus which is affecting the mucus, which is commonly found in soil, plants, manure, and decaying fruits and vegetables. It is. Just a minute.
No, you're connected. Continue.
It affects brain, lungs, and it can be life-threatening in the people with comparatively low immunity, diabetic people recovered from COVID, such diseases like people suffering from HIV/AIDS. And in 7th to 10th grade आप सबने साइंस में पढ़ा होगा ब्रेड मोल्ड के बारे में, ब्रेड पे फंगस कैसे ग्रो करता है. इफ यू हैव अ ब्रेड, तो आपकी टीचर ने कई बार आपको प्रोजेक्ट भी दिया होगा एक दो बार आपकी स्कूल लाइफ में कि इससे ब्रेड मोल्ड ग्रो कीजिए और फंगी को ऑब्जर्व कीजिए. तो आपको पता होगा अगर आप उसमें वाटर स्प्रे करके रखते हैं तो जो प्रोसेस है फंगस के ग्रो होने का वो स्पीड अप हो जाता है. उसमें भी आप अगर गंदे हाथ लगा देते हैं तो वो और ज़्यादा स्पीड अप हो जाता है। प्लस उससे आप अगर शुगर के 2-3 दाने डाल देते हैं तो वो और ज़्यादा स्पीड अप हो जाता है। ऐसा ही सेम केस होता है कोविड पेशेंट्स और ब्लैक फंगस में। लाइक कोविड पेशेंट्स को स्टेरॉइड्स दिए जाते हैं टू रिड्यूस द इन्फ्लेमेशन इन देयर लंग की ट्यूब, जिन्हें हम ब्रैकिया ब्रोंकियोल्स ब्रोंकस बोलते हैं साइंटिफिक लैंग्वेज में, बट हम उसको यहाँ पे कॉमन लैंग्वेज में मैं उसे लंग्स की ट्यूब बोलना चाहूंगी। उनमें इन्फ्लेमेशन होने की वजह से कोविड पेशेंट्स को स्टेरॉइड्स दिए जाते हैं जिससे कि वो इन्फ्लेमेशन रिड्यूस हो। स्टेरॉइड में शुगर कंटेंट बहुत ज़्यादा होता है। तो अब वाटर की जैसे मैंने बात की, अगर हम ब्रेड पे वाटर स्प्रे कर देंगे तो उससे फंगस ग्रो करने लगेगी स्पीड से। अब कोविड पेशेंट्स में क्या होता है, उनके लंग्स में सिक्रीशंस होती हैं, स्प्यूटम होता है, म्यूकस बहुत ज़्यादा निकलता है जिसके थ्रू कोविड स्प्रेड होता है। अब अगर पेशेंट अभी रिकवर हुआ है तो उसके नेजल चैम्बर में जो ऑक्सीजन पाइप बार बार इंसर्ट हुए हैं उसकी वजह से डर्ट भी जाता है, चाहे आप कितनी ही सफाई का ध्यान रख लें, लेकिन कुछ हद तक बार बार इंसर्ट होने की वजह से डर्ट जाता है और सिक्रीशंस की वजह से वो एरिया वेट रहता है, जिसकी वजह से ब्लैक फंगस का जो मेन टारगेट होता है वो नेजल चैम्बर माउथ होता है सबसे पहले। और ये लाइफ थ्रेटनिंग इसलिए हो जाता है कोविड पेशेंट्स में क्योंकि वो ऑलरेडी कोविड से सफर होके, योर बॉडी इज लाइक अ किंगडम, आपकी बॉडी के पास 20,000 सोल्जर्स हैं, वो ऑलरेडी कोरोना किंगडम से लड़ रहे हैं। अगर पीछे से आके ब्लैक फंगस किंगडम अटैक कर देगा तो वो उसको ओवरकम कर लेगी, उसको उसके ऊपर वो कर लेगी। आर यू गेटिंग इट?
Yes, yes.
एनी डाउट यू कैन आस्क मी।
Yeah, I have one question.
Yes.
So, which countries are basically facing black fungus outbreak? Is it
Like,
specifically India? Just because we're going through a intense COVID-19 pandemic?
As I had mentioned earlier, it is a very rare infection, बहुत कम होता है पर्सन में, बट ये सीवियरली इल कोविड पेशेंट्स होता है, फिर चाहे वो किसी भी कंट्री में हो। आज की डेट में इंडिया सबसे ज्यादा अफेक्टेड है कोविड पेशेंट से। कोविड पेशेंट बहुत ज्यादा हुए हैं रिसेंटली इंडिया में, आंकड़े बताते हैं इस बात को, कोविड पेशेंट बहुत ज्यादा नंबर में बढ़े हैं। तो मेरा मानना ये है कि ब्लैक फंगस का आउटब्रेक इंडिया में अभी हुआ नहीं है, बट हो सकता है अगर हमने अच्छे से सेफ्टी मेजर्स, ब्रीदिंग एक्सरसाइजेस नहीं फॉलो किए।
Absolutely correct, Alpana, I would say. Great research topic and very thorough research done. I'm very impressed. Next, we'll move on to Pankhudi.
Okay, thank you, Hargun.
Welcome.
So, hello everyone, good evening. So today we will be discussing about impact of secondary viruses and diseases along with COVID. As we all are aware that COVID cases are increasing rapidly and many of us have also been tested positive. So you can say somehow we all are at risk. We have to keep ourselves safe during this period, but in present period, it's not only about COVID. There are other secondary diseases and which are spreading amongst people and affecting them badly along with COVID. And the very first disease which is spreading like a fire nowadays is black fungus. First of all, we should know what is this black fungus. So it is essentially a very serious condition that causes blurred or double vision, chest pain and breathing difficulties. If I tell you according to the data, so there are almost 8,848 cases have been found of black fungus across the country till May. And the most surprising thing is that it is only affecting the COVID patients who have recently recovered, and especially to those who have medical health problems that reduces their ability to fight environmental pathogens. I would like to mention here that it is not spreading directly from person to person. They can be spread in hospitals by air humidifiers or oxygen tanks containing dirty water. Yes, it's true that black fungus is getting serious day by day and people are losing their lives too. But there exists a medicine called amphotericin B, which is an antifungal drug that is used in the treatment of a rare infection like this. Now further, I would say not only physical illness, but also there are mental diseases which are impacting people along with COVID. And these mental diseases are anxiety disorder, panic attacks, depression, bipolar affective disorder. These diseases seems very common and we don't take them seriously often. But it's high time now. We should understand that these diseases are also very dangerous like the physical illness, and we should take them seriously and provide a proper treatment to a person suffering any of them. Scenario which we are facing is really very difficult, and many of us are facing this mental illness due to COVID. It's because we have so much stress and fear that these diseases are catching us and they are impacting us badly. We should keep ourselves safe from these mental illness too. Furthermore, I will talk about white fungus. Along with black fungus, white fungus is also spreading rapidly. This disease can be caused due to low immunity and it can be seen in COVID patients. If I talk about the symptoms of white fungus, then it's equally same as of COVID symptoms. And you must have heard or seen that some person is having all the symptoms of COVID-19, but still the person tests negative. It's because of white fungus, and according to the doctor, it can be diagnosed through CT scan or X-ray. This fungus is not only affecting the lungs of the cripple, but also other parts of body, including nails, skin, stomach, kidney, brain, and more. I would suggest that everyone should stay safe from it and immediately consult a doctor if you're facing any symptom of white fungus. And those who have weak immunity like diabetes, cancer patients, and those who are taking steroids for a long period must take special care as they are at high risk. One more thing I would like to mention is that because of this lockdown, the other impact of COVID will be coming as poverty and undernourishment of people, which is no doubt a kind of disease. So you can see we all are facing such dark days, but we don't have to lose hope. We have to take care of us and also of our loved ones. We have to be physically active as it also helps in creating positive emotions, and a positive emotion is of utmost required in this situation. Thank you. These were my perspectives on the topic. Thank you everyone.
I must say, Pankuri, it was a great integration of topics. Does anyone have any counter questions? No? Fine, I have a common question. It's not an individual question I'm asking. Since all of you are saying that it is because, COVID kind of encourages this and everything. So, can you get black fungus without COVID? Anyone can answer it. It's not individual question.
Yeah, we can. Yes, we can get black fungus without getting infected to COVID-19. As the report says, high level of steroids in the body causes black fungus. So one can get black fungus without getting affected by COVID-19. For example, people who goes to gym, who take more steroids to their body without doctor's consent and all, they can be affected by black fungus.
Yeah, great. Who was it again? Varsha. Very good. It's so because of compromised immune system, and as Varsha mentioned, and also Alpana mentioned, because of steroids. Right. Now we're gonna move on. Rohit.
Am I audible?
Yeah, complete.
Okay, so today's topic is COVID, the secondary viruses and other diseases in times of COVID. So actually, I have to say that the chances of secondary viruses are at an all-time high, but I don't know the reason why. Because humanity, in the history of humanity, people have never been more hygiene conscious than they are today. We are using masks, sanitizers, washing our hands on very regular basis, which should actually decrease the chances, but then somehow the chances of secondary diseases and other newfound illnesses, the panic is only increasing. 10 years ago, Bill Gates said that the future pandemic, the next pandemic, is not very far. And that proved very true, because 10 years later, now we are in 2021, last year, 2020, the world saw the next pandemic in the form of coronavirus. And health experts say that these diseases are nowhere to go in the near future. It will only increase, and that's their predictions, the health experts that they are saying. It is due to a variety of reasons that other viruses, I wouldn't necessarily term them as secondary viruses or secondary diseases, because they have the potential to be as deadly as the coronavirus crisis that we are witnessing right now. So the many causes for these illnesses include the overexploitation of nature, where we cut down trees, where we take over the land which once belonged to the forest, where the animals roamed free. So we are taking over that land, and with the land, they also give us diseases which were previously restricted to just animals. Take the example of coronavirus itself. It was restricted to bats at first, and then it's reportedly transferred or transmitted to humans from bats. It is because we exploit the bats in their habitat that we have now got this very deadly disease, and we are now in such a perilous condition. So that should be stopped immediately, if at all possible, and further action should be taken in international forums, including the United Nations or the UNICEF or any other health organization like the WHO, which could prevent further pandemics. So yeah, I disagree with the term like secondary viruses, because I believe that any virus, if gone unchecked, has the potential to be a primary virus and cause as much havoc as the coronavirus crisis has caused now. And yeah, so we can take up many lessons which we are learning right now in this current pandemic, like the usage of masks and sanitizers, and holding ourselves to a very high standard of hygiene, washing our hands regularly, social distancing. These are all new things which we learned. Even the concept of quarantine, which were previously implemented in parts of the world as necessity arose, but now it's a commonplace term in every country in the world. People are now used to the new measures in health safety standards, and moving on to the future, where due to the increased use of antibiotics and, as mentioned, the overexploitation of nature, only the chances of future pandemics and other viruses are going to increase. And as my friends told, there is currently a rise in black fungus cases being reported in India. It's not new, still scary to have a pandemic. And there has also been reports of a white fungus, as one of my friends said. And yes, scrolling through the news, I found that a yellow fungus has further been reported in Ghaziabad in Uttar Pradesh, which is even more scary considering the number of diseases which are up and coming nowadays. So taking the lessons which the pandemic has taught us, including that of, as I said, masks, sanitizers, the usage of soaps, washing our hands, maintaining social distancing, all of this should be a prime necessity going forward in time, because the diseases are only going to increase and not going to decrease. So I strongly feel that to reduce the impact of such secondary diseases, the lessons should be learned and taken to the heart. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah. Great perspective, Rohit. And it was a very wholesome research. Very thoroughly done. Great. I would like to build up on the topic that you mentioned of secondary viruses. Right. So secondary, every virus can be a primary virus, but it really depends on their potential and how often they are affecting people. Right. Secondary virus or any other kind of viruses that are having sudden outbreak, they're all because of mutations, that is taking place in the nature. Or you can also call it boosting of the chemical industries, or even medicinal development that is going on in our era, right? So no matter what, how much hygiene you follow, how much preventive measures you take, if you exploit the nature, we all will have to bear the consequences that comes with it. So yeah.
Exactly. So my point goes, like, any virus, if left unchecked, suppose the coronavirus crisis were, restricted in the first wave, like following strict social distancing protocols and, not giving the virus a chance to spread, like breaking the chain literally. If we did that during the first wave, we wouldn't be having an even deadlier second wave. And I doubt that lessons have been learned, because health experts are still, looking forward to a third wave, which is bound to hit in about 6 months, which is actually very depressing news to hear. But then that's the harsh reality of the nation right now. So people are dying. So if the virus were checked, like kept at a check during the first wave, the situation wouldn't be as bleak as it is right now. So that's what I'm saying. Any virus, if left unchecked, I believe, if it was checked, if it was contained, it would have not been as deadly as it is right now. Like, nations have proven it, including the United States of America and China, where masks are now partially optional. They have proved that if it was contained, it could have been, not a cause for catastrophe. But in India, it is the cause of catastrophe. It is a catastrophe, which is very unfortunate.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree with you. Does anyone would like to build up on what we mentioned right now? Okay, we're gonna move forward with Varsha.
Yeah, as we all know, today's topic is impacts of secondary virus and other diseases along with COVID-19. First of all, I would like to speak about the impacts of COVID-19 on people and people's mind and their lifestyle. Yeah, after COVID-19, the pandemic, people's lifestyle changed drastically. As we all know, even we have changed a lot. We were not like before, you know. We used to hang out with our friends like casually, and we used to used to be unhygienic, and now we have become more hygienic compared to before. And this pandemic has a great impact on people's mind and their mental health, as Argun said initially. So I would like to speak about that. To be honest, even I was depressed like hell in the last year because being at home really sucks. I really didn't want to stay at home. As I was a student, I really wanted to go out to college, and I wanted to spend time with my friends and family members. But after the pandemic, I started living alone. Literally, it just broke me down, and I really had no one to talk. At one time, I was depressed like hell. Actually, I don't want to give any others as example, but my example is the best. I now have come through that, and I have passed that phase, and now I feel more confident about myself, and I have learned many lessons. Like we have to be more hygienic. Like we can't go out simply. We can't break the rules of COVID-19, and we can't break the protocols what are being followed by the people and the government. And one more topic, what I would like to speak about is the impact of secondary viruses and COVID-19 on patients. Yeah, it has been recognized for a considerable time period that viral respiratory infections predispose patients to bacterial infections too. That these co-infections have a worse outcome than that of either infection on its own. Best studied in this regard has been influenza virus infection, with the documentation in several epidemiological and microbiological studies that most of the deaths occurring during 1918 9 influenza pandemic were due to secondary bacterial infections. Like today we have black fungus and white fungus infections, as sorry, I forgot their name. 1 minute. Yeah, Alpana Goyle and yeah, Pankudi Srivatsa told about black fungus and white fungus, which are outbreaking in our country. And yeah, coming to the COVID-19, this has just made a big impact on people's mental health. Many people staying at home has caused them, were shattering down, and they have really become so depressed. And I would like to give few suggestions to be positive, only during this time, not all the time, because being alone also helps you, because if you go out or if you mingle in a crowd and all, you might get affected. Not only you, your loved ones will also get affected. Due to this, many people die out of this COVID-19, because second wave is more dangerous than first wave. As research says, even third wave is upcoming in next few months. So we have to be more careful about all these things. And yeah, of course, it has got impacted on us. And another topic which I would like to speak about is post-COVID problems. Post-COVID problems, it is nothing but after getting infected or after this pandemic, what are all the problems we're going to face in future? Because many people's relationships and all, they just came. I don't know what to say, but yeah, even mine. I lost many friends and family members due to this pandemic and all. I lost the in touch, and yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm sorry, but yeah, I became a bit emotional. Yeah, sorry for that. Oh yeah,
It's okay,
post-COVID
Varsha. It's
conditions.
okay.
I would like to speak about the post long-term effects and post-COVID problems. Although most people with COVID-19 get better within a week of illness, or some people experience post-COVID conditions too, like wide range of new returning and ongoing health problems. People can experience more than 4 weeks. Like many people just what they get admitted more than a month due to this COVID-19. They not only respiratory problems, other problems also include them along with this COVID-19. Even people who did not have symptoms when they were infected can have post-COVID conditions, like people with weak mind or weak mindset. They might think that it is a big disease, and they might get heart attack, like many of my family friends and all. Many of our loved ones died due to a heart attack after getting infected by this virus. One thing, people must be very, very strong. They should have good willpower. Until and unless they are strong, they can't survive this pandemic. And many experts around the world working to learn more about short and long term health effects associated with COVID-19. And long COVID is a range of symptoms that can last weeks or months after being infected with the virus that causes COVID-19. Long COVID can happen to anyone, like who has COVID-19 or who has had COVID-19, even if the illness was mild or they had no symptoms. People with long COVID report experience different combinations of following symptoms, like tiredness and fatigue or headache, loss of smell or taste, chest pain, cough, back pain, leg pain, fever, and symptoms that get worse after physical or mental activities. And many people might face multi-organ effects of COVID-19. Multi-organ effects can affect most, like if not all, body systems including heart, lungs, kidney, skin, and brain functions. And multi-organ effects can also include conditions that occur after COVID-19, like multi-system inflammatory syndrome (MIS) and autoimmune conditions. So different body parts can get swollen. These are called as multi-system inflammatory syndromes and autoimmune conditions. These are all post-COVID problems faced by the people or the patients who suffered from COVID-19. And there are many problems and effect of COVID-19 treatment. Hospitalization or treatment also causes post-COVID conditions, like that include some of these long-term effects are similar to those related to hospitalization. That causes mental breakdown, and it includes post-intensive care syndromes. Like if people or if any patient is cared too much, they become too vulnerable to many diseases and they become too sensitive, and this also causes many infections to attack over that person or that patient. Which refers to health effects that remain after a critical illness. These effects can include severe weakness and traumatic stress disorders. These are all mental disorders, and this can be rectified by counseling and psychologists and all. But these gets even worse when that patient is weak by body also. And treatment, there are actually many ways. Many patients with these symptoms, they get better by time. Like if they should be left alone, or they should be treated properly by the people around them, or else their situation might get even worse. And if you think you have a post-COVID condition, talk to your healthcare provider or counselor or any doctor whom you know, or your friends with whom you can share everything, or all your personal problems or your problems which you're facing or your mental issues. Many things you can just share it with your friends. So you can take help from them. And the best way to prevent these long-term complications is to prevent COVID-19. And we should prevent COVID-19 to avoid all these post-COVID conditions. If we prevent COVID-19 now itself, we don't really have to face all these problems. We might face, but the chances are very less. Like it includes, we should compulsorily wear masks, we should sanitize ourselves, we should be more hygienic than before, as Rohit said. And yeah, there are many ways to prevent COVID-19 during this pandemic. Yeah, you can stay at home, you can be with your family enough, and you should be have to careful not only for yourself but for your loved ones and your parents or your grandparents with who all you live with. So yeah, these are my perspectives on COVID-19 and the post effects of COVID-19 on people and their lifestyle, on their mind. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so very well presented, Varsha. And I would also like to appreciate you how you talked about your personal experiences with so much calm and strength. And yes, I do agree with you that it has been like really difficult, especially for the students since they wanted to experience college life. I
Yeah, yeah,
myself being
yeah. That
was
that is true.
like,
Yeah, that is true.
yeah, so I do agree on that point. And as you mentioned about the third wave, yes, it is
Yeah.
specifically gonna affect the children and teens the most. At least this is what doctors and my seniors have mentioned so far. Me, I'm from medical background, so yeah.
Yeah.
So next we're gonna move forward, and Anushka, you can present your research material. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible. Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, you're audible.
Oh, okay. Good evening, all and all, one and all present here. I'm Anushka Gupta. As we know, our today's topic of discussion is impact of secondary viruses and disease along with COVID-19. As we know, there are many diseases causing along with COVID-19, like serious heart diseases, asthma, chronic diseases, high blood pressure, and many more. Basically, as all other mentioned, I didn't remember their name, but I listened their content very well. So I concluded it from then members that black fungus, some mentioned black fungus, some of them mentioned white fungus, some of them mentioned yellow fungus. As we known about it, so. As we know, health is the state of complete physical and mental well-being of us. So we know what is the reason behind these diseases. They could be genetic disorder, our infections, or our lifestyle. So what is genetic disorder? Means which child inherit from parent from birth. And infections caused due to the pathogens like microbes, bacteria, fungus, and virus. As this is coronavirus, this is caused due to virus, and as all mentioned, fungus, which is coming in nowadays. Black fungus, white fungus, and yellow fungus. This is infectious disease, and this is also caused due to our lifestyle. As we know, it includes our daily habits, our food which we take daily, our daily habits which we must included during the COVID-19 pandemic. Nowadays the people are much more aware because they know these COVID-19 diseases increasing day by day, and as we know we are facing this disease since 1 year, and there is second wave in front of us, and many scientists and WHO all called us that there will be third wave will become in upcoming month or year. So we must be aware of this, that what is the basic cause of this. It could be genetic, but more it is based on our lifestyle, that we are not much hygienic before this COVID-19. We are not much conscious about our health. We did yoga and meditation before it. So this pandemic taught us many things. I have to mention, then we all know about this COVID and black fungus and white fungus enough. I would like to include other than these topics, that some challenges which we will face after this COVID is that, as we know, how humans exploitate the nature for the sake of their own benefit. So as we all aware of it, that human being destroyed the almost all forests and water resources, and also they destroyed natural sites for the sake of their own benefit, which is benefited a lot. As I commit, as scientific invention is increasing day by day, but as we seeing in nature, there is natural sites is decreasing day by day. So I would like to say that we have to think, if a small virus can this did this all. So we have to think, if nature take its revenge for human being, how it will be dangerous for us. So apart from this, I would like to say we have to stop these activities which we did in earlier our past times. I have to say that we have to preserve nature. We have to spend time with nature, and as we know, nature is taking our revenge. So I think we have to think about it, as these diseases are decreasing day by day. COVID virus, now we listen only about virus, and nowadays we are listening about other fungus and all. And I think I'm not sure, but I can say we will in future we will also listen about many diseases. So it's not sure. This is the I think, as said, कहा भी जाता है, जैसा हम बोते हैं वैसा हम काटते हैं. So this is all the result of our past deeds. So I think we have to look on this also. I didn't did R&D on this topic too much, because I got vaccinated today. But as I listened from you all, I concluded this from my side. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, it was great research, Anushka. I would say, even if you concluded everything from everybody else, it was still great. It was very nice how you presented that, and congrats on getting vaccinated. You're one of the lucky ones, I would say.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, anybody else? Do you guys have any counter questions? Okay, moving on. Kaushal Chauhan. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Yeah, please
So,
present.
very charming and pleasant evening to everyone present virtually on this platform. Today, I, Kaushal Chauhan, is here to tell you about the secondary virus and diseases along with COVID-19. COVID-19 is the greatest pandemic of our generation, with 16 million people affected and, almost 650,000 deaths worldwide so far. But along with this coronavirus, many secondary viruses and diseases are also taking people's lives at a greater scale. It has been recognized for a considerable time period that viral respiratory infections also attack patients to bacterial infections, and that these COVID co-infections have a worse outcome than either infection on its own. However, it is still unclear what exact role do these co-infections or super infections play in patients with COVID-19. So, as many of my friends told, so let's talk about the growing disease mucormycosis, also known as black fungus. So, mucormycosis is a very rare infection. It is caused by exposure to mucor mold, which is commonly found in soil, plants, manure, and decaying fruits and vegetables. It affects the sinuses, the brain, and the lungs, and can be life-threatening in diabetic or severely immunocompromised individuals, such as cancer patients or people with HIV or AIDS. As Varsha and Harsh mentioned about the yellow fungus and white fungus too, so they are deadly as this black fungus too. Doctors believe that mucormycosis, which has an overall mortality rate of 50%, may be being triggered by the use of steroids, a life-saving treatment for severe and critically ill COVID-19 patients. So far, it's thought that this drop in immunity could be triggering these cases of mucormycosis. Now, to conclude my words, I would like to say that the current review describes varying rates of co-infections and superinfections in patients with COVID-19 infections. Although often a clear distinction between the two is not clear, but it is simultaneously necessary for us to understand that when they occur, these infections appear to be associated with both severity of COVID-19 as well as poorer outcomes. And simultaneously, it is each one of us responsibility, being the citizens of India, I will try not to become a spreader of these diseases and save lives of many people who are dying at a daily basis. In news channels, in TV, we hear always that at a larger level, people are dying due to these diseases. So it's our responsibility to curb this menace from our society, and let's give India a great start. Thanks a lot for giving this opportunity. With this, I sign off.
Yeah, since you're a new member, Kaushal, I would like to welcome you, first of all. And yes, you presented great research and great presentation skills, right? Now we're gonna move forward to Snigdha, right? I guess you're also a new member.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome, Snigdha. Please present the research material.
So a very good evening to everyone. I'm Snigdha, and today I'll be sharing my facts that are based on my research. As we all know, currently India is experiencing rising cases of mucormycosis, a fungal disease also known as black fungus, which is further complicating the treatment of specifically the COVID patients. Black fungus is caused by organisms called mucormycetes, which can enter the body through breathing or skin injuries. These are naturally present in soil and decaying organic matter, but once inside humans, they can infect air pockets behind the forehead, nose, cheekbones, and between the eyes and teeth. Some doctors say there has been panic use of steroids to combat COVID-19, which has helped the spread of black fungus. And this black fungus presents a new challenge for COVID-19 patients on steroid therapy and those with pre-existing diabetes. It causes blackening or discoloration over the nose, blurred or double vision, chest pain, breathing difficulties, and coughing of blood. Many of the drugs used to fight the coronavirus suppress the body's immune system that would normally ward off a fungal infection. Recently, India's health ministry has asked state governments to declare it as a notifiable disease under the Epidemics Act, meaning they have to identify and track every case. The government alert said teams of reconstruction and general surgeons as well as ear, nose and throat specialists had to be ready to treat the growing number of sufferers. India normally deals with less than 20 black fungus cases a year, but the infection has now become a new threat from the coronavirus wave that has killed almost 120,000 people in the past 6 weeks. I feel that microorganisms have antedated human beings. They will continue to cause pandemics because of their ingenuity and basic survival instinct. It is obvious following the spread of COVID-19 that notwithstanding the phenomenal advances in epidemiology, disease biology, molecular biology, etc., humanity is still unable to predict and prevent the unsuspected onset of epidemics and pandemics of infectious diseases. In such times, what we can only do is to take good care of ourselves so that we don't get harmed and also we don't harm others. In these tough times, many people have had breakdowns. So we also need to emotionally support the people around us and expect to be nice to the people around. That's it from my side. Thank you so much.
Well done, Snigdha. Very thorough research, I must say. I guess now I have to conclude this call. So thank you all for presenting such great, thorough research material and participating with full competence.